Kieran, do you hear that?
I hear nothing.
Kieran, can you not hear the drums?
Oh, I can. Oh god,
Kieran,
the drums.
the drumming. Ah! And welcome back to the ACTV YouTube channel. My name is Ethan Mitchell, and today I'm joined by Kieran Owens.
Yeah.
There he is. And in today's episode, if you couldn't tell by the beginning, we're doing a ranking of the Doctor Who specials. Isn't that right, Kieran?
Yeah, we're ranking from 2005 to 2023.
It means we're including the Whittaker ones, so stay tuned for that one. We've put that at the end because nobody will be listening by that point.
Fantastic.
How we're going to be doing this is we're going to give a short overview of each episode, and then we're going to put it into a tier list, which I will show on the screen now. And by the end, we will hopefully have a fully fledged out tier list with all the Whittaker episodes at the bottom. Are you ready to go, Kieran?
I'm ready to play Whittaker.
Okay, you're going to start off with our first special, aren't you?
Yeah, with the first special, released all the way back, Christmas of 2005, as you can set your memory back to all the way back then. We have the Christmas Invasion, David Tennant's first episode, his introduction episode. Now, let me read out the synopsis to this amazing episode. The newly regenerated 10th Doctor falls to Earth on Christmas Eve, bringing the Doctor home to Rose's family. But while his regenerated body lies in a comatose state, Santa-shaped assassins and deadly Christmas trees herald the approach of terrible danger from the stars. And then, there's an alien, and the Doctor comes back from his comatose state due to tea, and then gets his hand chopped off, and then throws an orange and kills someone. It makes sense back in 2005. It made sense back then.
And what's your thoughts on that episode? You know, it's the first special back.
So you see, I'm putting this in S tier, top rank.
Brilliant.
Greatest episode of all time.
Top rank.
For one reason and one reason only, one character.
Who would that be?
Some say some say she was the golden age of Doctor Who.
The
golden age of Prime Ministership in the
Oh, it could be anybody.
Mr. Llewellyn, Mum.
Harriet Jones, Prime Minister.
Well, yes, I know who you are.
I don't think we've been introduced. Harriet Jones, Prime Minister.
Yes, I know who you are.
Harriet Jones, Prime Minister.
Yes, we know who you are.
Harriet Jones, former Prime Minister.
Yeah, I know who you are.
Harriet Jones, former Prime Minister.
Yes, I know who you are.
Harriet Jones, former Prime Minister.
Yes, we know who you are.
Some would say she looks a little tiny.
I have the opinion of the episode that it is lacking Tennant in it. And that's why I don't like the episode as much as you do, because he's asleep for half of it, and he's still earning a full wage. That's bullshit. But it is.
What about Harriet Jones?
Harriet Jones appears in later episodes as well, where she's better, in my opinion, and earlier episodes where she's better. This isn't her best works, you know. She commits a war crime, and not even an international war crime, a galactic war crime. You know how impressive that shit is.
Very impressive. But we should get to the main back thing at hand. Where do you rank this episode?
I'm going to put it in Allons-y, the second tier. You know, it is a banger. It's Tennant. It's going to be a banger, but it's just not featuring him enough. But solid return for the specials for the season, in my opinion. It takes exactly 1 year for the next special to come out. Kieran, do you know what the name of that one is?
Oh, is it the bride that ran away?
It is! It's the Runaway Bride! We meet Donna Noble, who will later be a companion, but she does not become one in this episode. She appears on the ship with these fucking random particles. What are they? They're Huon particles. The Doctor finds this out later. Donna has been doused with these by an evil man and Arachnos, a big spider woman. And the Doctor and Donna go back in time to see where the fuck these spiders came from, and it is revealed that the Earth is made by the Rachnos. Everything is centred around the Rachnos. The Doctor goes back, kills the Rachnos babies, but then something clicks in his brain. And he just keeps going after it, listening to the pain of the Rachnos. And it's Donna who pulls him away, They fly off together. They're all happy. My opinion of The Runaway Bride is it is fucking excellent. And that's because Catherine Tate is perfect, and so is David Tennant. The comedy between them two, amazing. The storyline of the episode, I love the heartbreak of Donna that our man has fucking doused her with these ancient particles and is actually teaming up with this big spider woman. I don't know how that relationship started. We can't judge it. We can't judge anything these days. So my opinion of this episode is it is one of my favourites. So I'm going to put it in the goated specials, the top rank, S rank, whatever you want to call it.
Look at that! I'm very good!
Because it is comedic perfection. What about you, Mr. Owens?
This is where we have a conflict of interest.
What?
I do not think this is the greatest special of all time.
I don't think it's great.
There is obviously one that is the greatest special of all time and nothing can ever touch it.
Yeah.
But that's not this. I think The Runaway Bride is possibly one of Russell T Davies' best written work. He's never wrote anything funnier, in my opinion. He's wrote better things, just nothing as funny as The Runaway Bride. But The Runaway Bride lacks one thing.
What?
And it's a major plot thing to Catherine Tate's character, Donna Noble. It does not feature Wilfred Mott.
Oh, same old story, I'm man.
I rank The Runaway Bride an L on Z.
Okay.
Second tier, A.
Now, I think we're both pretty excited for what this next special's coming up is.
The next special is the greatest special Doctor Who has ever made.
And I'm jealous that it's you that gets to introduce this. I didn't plan this out well.
You didn't plan this well. So, Doctor flies away all sad, depressed. Titanic
Holy
crashes into the
shit,
side
what
of the
was that? Whoa!
Titanic from space crashes into the side of the Titanic. The Titanic crashes into the side of the Titanic. Fuck. The Titanic crashes into the side of the TARDIS. Like, what the actual hell is going on here?
So good.
You're left on this epic cliffhanger. You have to wait to Christmas to find out, or unless in a rewatch, you have to wait until you click press in the next episode. Plucky waitress Astrid joins forces with the Doctor to do battle with the host of homicidal angels. Now, Astrid is possibly the greatest written and casted Doctor Who character of all time. Kylie Minogue could come back for a season. I don't care what other way we see this. I need more Kylie Minogue. I want Kylie Minogue to return to Doctor Who. I don't even care if it's audiobooks, comic books. I don't care. I want more Kylie Minogue in Doctor Who. That's not even the start of it. Then we've got the greatest villain of all time. The Angels, the hosts, whatever you want to call them. They were being controlled by some guy, I can't remember his name, but he had one tooth of gold and he liked to show it.
The
But I
name
do not remember.
is Max.
No, you said that, and then I remember the exact ad they show in the episode about it. This is the greatest special I think Doctor Who has just ever made, and this includes all the 60s stuff, because they had their specials and stuff, and just nothing, even the stuff they wrote after this, nothing compares to the Voyage of the Damned.
Yeah.
If there was a whole rank above goated specials, the Voyage of the Damned would sit there.
Yeah.
But due to there not being that, goated specials, Voyage of the Damned, is where it belongs.
Go to
Now,
the specials.
what do you think?
Oh, I mean, I'm just the exact same. It is the best special ever. I don't know how anyone can have a different opinion, because I don't. It's just perfect. It's you feel so happy during it, and then it's the big, oh shit, Kylie Minogue's died. Oh wait, she can maybe come back. Oh, she can't really, but oh look, she's particles, and it plays with your heart, and it's just it's so good.
And before I go,
Don't say that.
Rose. Before I go, I just want to tell you you were fantastic.
Somehow we go from the best special ever released to a very, very boring special. It's The Next Doctor. Do you remember this one, Kieran?
I remember it. Some bits of it.
Well, just like the fake Doctor in that episode, I've got memory loss from this episode because it's that shit. I've watched it so many times and you barely remember it. It's got one great set piece in it. It's the big cyber robot walking through London. But that's it. This episode's very boring. We're in London. It's Christmas Eve, 1851. Doctor's walking through, and all of a sudden he hears someone shouting his name. He's like, fantastic, I'm not feeling too good, but somebody wants me. Later we find out it's not. It's this random man. But he's talking about the TARDIS, and he's the Doctor. He's got a sonic screwdriver. he must be the next Doctor. This is David Tennant's future. But we've learned throughout the episode that he's not. He is somehow holding a fucking, I can't remember what it is. It's like cyber stamp, I think that's it. And it backfired on him, and all the information of the Doctor that the Cybermen had of the Doctor went into his mind, so he thought he was the Doctor because he wanted to forget about his child being kidnapped and his wife being murdered by the Cybermen. But the episode ends with this random woman becoming the cyber leader, walking through London, but then the Doctor reverses her little mind thing. She realises, oh, what the fuck? And then self-explodes. Job's a good and very stinky episode, in my opinion. What about yours, Kieran?
Where do you rank the episode first? Where do you?
Oh, yeah,
where
I should do that. I'm gonna put it in Shut Up, just for the fact of that big cyber robot walking through the city is pretty fucking cool. The 4th tier, it's pretty bad.
This episode was like, it just came off the coat. Like, if you're doing it on a binge watch read-through, you've just watched the two-parter, or the two-parter of Stolen Earth and Journey's End. You've just watched, like, peak Doctor Who.
Oh!
Then you watch the next Doctor. When they released the title of this episode, everyone back in, like, I think it was like 2008, 2009, were probably thinking, this is the greatest thing to ever release. They were going to reveal who the next Doctor is. Then they just pull out the fucking governor from The Walking Dead. they just, and then like the Cyberman being the villain. But also, I'm pretty sure the last time the Cyberman had been seen, they were in an alternative universe in like season 2. This is like the first time we'd seen the Cybermen since then, and now they're in the main universe, which just was never explained either. I rank this episode 5th tier, Absorbalorth.
Oh.
Like, just, it would have been in Chibnall. it would have been in Chibnall if they did not have the acknowledgement of Classic Who.
Right, okay. I've ranked it
But that
high.
classic, you've ranked it higher because you have respect for Doctor Who. I don't.
I feel like I've been shafted here because you've now got a very good special again. You've got Planet of the Dead. Tell us about that one, Kieran.
Oh, here's the thing. I do love Planet of the Dead. No TARDIS. No sonic screwdriver. It is the Doctor using his damn brain. I think they did try and write. They were trying to like harness the energy of Voyage of the Damned with this one. They were like, Doctor, no woman, we can have that energy. But then it kind of just falls flat with all that energy. Because it's kind of like, we're writing the next Voyage of the Damned here. Yeah. It was damned. It was damned for sure. Because it's like, it's not in this, like, because this was like the specials of 2008. They released the next Doctor, the Christmas, and then Easter, Planet of the Dead. Then, like, in like November time, they released Water of the Mars, and then the following Christmas, you had the Doctor's 2 final episodes.
Yeah.
Planet of the Dead's the lowest one there. Like, Planet of the Dead. Yeah, it has the Lady Christina has stole something from a museum. She then just gets on a red double-decker bus.
Yes.
Doctor's on the bus with a bunch of people. They go through a tunnel. Tunnel's actually a portal. And now they're in a desert planet in the middle of nowhere. I rank this episode at fantastic because there's elements of this episode that are amazing. Then there's elements of this episode that are bad. The aliens. No, not like the Stingray aliens that like are coming to destroy everything.
You're talking about the
bugs. The fly aliens. They just meet. They hold nothing to this episode. If you remove them from the episode, you'd have the same episode.
No, they're cute. Well,
so where do you put this episode in your books?
I adore this episode. I don't know why, but it's got a particular charm to it that I can just always rewatch this episode and have fun watching it. As I said, the bug enemy, that's pretty cool because you think, oh shit, this is going to be the main bad guy. They're spying on the Doctor. Oh wait, no, they're kind of cool. They've got a cool spaceship. The whole Lady Christina stuff it's a bit stupid, like, oh, she just got on the bus and the police let the bus get away and the bus never pulled over. A bit weird, but the spectacle of the bus driver just disintegrating is kind of cool. I like that. And obviously, Mr. Comedian Man, I like his appearance in it. Overall, I really like this episode. I'm debating the top 2. I don't think I can let it sit with The Runaway Bride and Voyage of the Damned. I think they are too clear of it. But I am going to put it in Allons-y, the 2nd tier, because it's got a particular charm that I do enjoy. We have got The Waters of Mars next, releasing the 15th of November 2009. We are with the Doctor in the year 2059. He's on Mars. Holy shit, we've got there eventually. Hey! And he's like, holy shit, I know this crew. These guys are popular. What's the date? And it is their death date. And the Doctor's like, sorry lads, I've got to go. But then all of a sudden, the water starts attacking people, and we get one of the worst looking New Who monsters, I'd say. Not as bad as the Absorbaloth. Let's not put that out there. But they do look.
Nothing as bad as the Absorbaloth.
They look pretty stupid, and their logic's flawed. But anyway, shit starts going wrong. The water starts attacking people, and if you get touched by one drop, you turn into this water monster. Very bad. Not good for your health. The Doctor eventually gets released, but then the person's like, "Here, you need to help us, you need to save us." He's like, "I can't do that. I can't." And then as he's walking to his TARDIS, he just hears the screaming, the anguish everybody's going through, and he's had enough, and he breaks, and we get the best acting of David Tennant so far. It is so fucking good, that speech, and he's all over the place, he's losing his mind. He is going through it, he is turning into a bad person, but he's trying to do a good thing, but he's just lost so many people. He saves 3 of them, 2 of them tell him to fuck off, and the other one kills herself. As thank yous go, it's a pretty shit thank you by them. I won't lie. My main issue with this episode is the water monsters, because they don't work. The whole premise is water is patient, it'll wait for you, and then 20 minutes later they're shooting jets out of their mouth through 100 tons of steel, and somehow the water just gets through. How the fuck? It's just, because it's water, it doesn't. No, it's fucking no. Does my house look like it's got water leaking through when it's raining? No, because water doesn't do that. Water is patient, but by patient, it's like thousands of years. The monster doesn't work. Oh, where am I going to put it? I don't know. Fantastic. I'll put it in fantastic, because Tennant's acting is fucking brilliant in it, and the message, don't drink the water, not one drop. It's a pretty good fucking line. That's a harrowing line. What's your opinions on the waters of Mars, Kieran?
The first ever Doctor Who episode I watched live.
Oh.
As a little lad. This was the first ever Doctor Who episode I watched live airing on TV.
Yes.
Obviously, you think I'm going to rank it high due to the nostalgic attachment to the episode. You'd be wrong with that. You'd be wrong with that statement if you think I'm going to rank this up there with Alon's or Goated specials. Like, yeah, it has like the Time Lord Victorious stuff and that in it, but like the Doctor shows up and goes, "I'm the Time Lord Victorious. No Time Lords left alive. I can do whatever I want." Does what he wants, immediately regrets his decision. Like, some woman kills herself and the Doctor goes, "Wait, I've gone too far." Like, I think they've retconned this in the audio dramas and stuff. I'm pretty sure the Time Lord Victorious still existed, but it was like, but where's the logic? The episode like introduces the Time Lord Victorious and immediately writes off the Time Lord Victorious. You can't fix that issue. So I'm ranking it in shut up.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. I wasn't expecting that.
No, because if you speak to any Whovian, this is one of the top specials of all time.
Yeah,
People have this up there with Voyage of the Damned, and those people need to seek help.
Well, you've now got the very fun task here, Mr. Owens, of doing a 2-parter. You've got... It's the end of time. Hey guys, Ethan and Post here. When Kieran was explaining this episode on the day, he went on for far too long, and it is unedible, to put it kindly for him. So I'm going to quickly summarise what happened, and we'll get to his ranking of the episode. We start off with the Master being brought back by the DNA of his wife. The Master is enlisted by the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom to help with this alien technology. Long and behold, the Master uses this alien technology for himself to clone his face onto every single person in the United Kingdom. Not just the United Kingdom, but the entire world. But the only people on planet Earth to not have their face be turned into the Masters is Donna Noble, Wilfred Mort, and obviously David Tennant. We also have these cactus people, but they don't matter. Let's ignore them. Whilst this is all going on Earth, we see that the Gallifreyans, who are locked in a time war, are having council meetings, trying to figure out how to save themselves. Then the Master actually bring the Gallifreyans to Earth, but just as the Doctor's telling them, you really shouldn't do this because they are bad people. They've been turned bad by the war. So the Master, in a selfless act, tells the Doctor to duck. He attacks the Gallifreyans. The Master's gone, the Gallifreyans are gone, David Tennant's still alive, happy days, no regeneration. Then Wilfred Mott knocks 4 times, and the Doctor realises that this is his time. David Tennant's acting in this part is amazing, but the Doctor does a wee farewell tour, seeing all the people that he's talked to over his time that has been his companion, just to kind of shut off the season. And then his last one, he sees Rose, and then he goes into his TARDIS and regenerates. Sorry Kieran, but that was just too long of an explanation. Let's hear his ranking of it.
Cut out all the useless stuff.
So what is your thoughts on
my
the
thoughts?
two-parter?
My thoughts on the 2-parter. So it's Salonzy. I feel like I've spoke too long. So what's your opinions?
Well, I'll keep it short, just because, we've been here for a while. Of course, it does have its flaws, but it is a fucking awesome episode. My biggest issue I have, though, is the fact that Wilf walked into a fucking chamber for no fucking reason, just to say random scientist.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, why? Yes, like the doctor would have said that scientist no matter what. I think the doctor would have walked into the chamber if it was Welford, if it was scientist, no matter what. But I think just to give it some emotional impact, it had to be Welford.
But at least make this scientist come back and be like, oh, look, this is a major character. No, it was nothing.
No, it was Dan. It was Dan the man with a van.
Was it?
You've never watched Jodie Whittaker's either, so that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It's Dan the man with the van who has the pan.
Okay. I think this is only the second time we're agreeing. I'm also going to put it in Alone Z. Perfect episode. Plays with our emotions so much. And introduces my favourite Doctor. Controversial.
Yeah, controversial for
So
some people, not for everyone.
yeah. We shall now move on to the first Matt Smith special. It is the Christmas special released in October. Why? I don't know. But
Did it?
yep.
Did it really not? Oh my god.
25th of October 2010. So we're on a spaceship with Amy and Rory. They're gonna crash. Holy shit, what's going on? Why did it what? Doctor goes and sees old man Scrooge. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna clear up the weather to save the ship. He's like, that kind of sucks. We're gonna fix that. Goes back into his timeline to see why he's such a messed up individual. We see he was mentally tortured by his father, and then we go through this whole love story which just takes a really long time. It's really drawn out, and then it's he's only got one day left with her. I'm now going to be a miserable old bastard. The Doctor tricks him into showing his younger self his older self, because his older self has turned into his dad, who his younger self hated. Does that make sense? It should. Here we keep going. So the old man goes like, oh shit, I'm a really bad person. Let's save Amy and Rory. But he's like, oh, I kind of control it because it doesn't recognise me anymore, this weather machine. It doesn't recognise me anymore because I'm a good man now. So what do they do? Oh, her last day on Earth, she's going to come out and she's going to sing. Of course she fucking is. Because that's why she signed up. Because she wants to get her profile out there. I hate that shit. Stop fucking doing that. But oh, look, I'm singing and now the weather's fixed. Woohoo! And Amy and Rory are saved. It's a Christmas special. It's got an 8.5 out of 10 on IMDb, but I am not a big fan. I've got to be said. I love Matt Smith, but I feel like this special drops the ball, so it's why I'm going to put it... Oh, but shut up feels really mean for it. Nah, shut up. It's really boring. It's done. What's your thoughts, Kieran?
Oh, so Christmas Carol.
Yes.
And here's like, I watched like Doctor Who videos on YouTube channels, things about this episode. Like, you know, the woman who sings. This is her first ever acting appearance.
Is she a singer by chance?
She's a singer.
Who the fuck knew?
Here's like, I like the Scrooge tale. That's what this episode is. It's Doctor Who's envisionment of Scrooge.
Yeah.
Brings back his future, his past, like his present. Brings it all to him. This is in like shut up. It's where you've ranked it also. Mm-hmm. Because this episode, it was Moffat's first special. He has to follow up everything Steven's done, and he decided just to plummet straight into Earth. He decided, here's the highs of Doctor Who. Okay, I'm just going to kill it. Oh, this is where the next episode gets... the next episode gets into some areas.
And you get to discuss it.
I know how you feel about this episode.
Yep.
And you know how I feel about this episode.
But it's you introducing it, so you talk away first, and then we'll go to me.
The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Alien time travel. The Doctor is a caretaker for the recently widowed Mage Orwell and her children, Lily and Serial. Seri? That ain't a real name. During their holiday vacation in 1941 Britain, the Doctor plans to take them on a trip to a snowy planet through a portal and a present he is placed under the tree. But I'm going to keep pronouncing this kid's name as Serial. But Serial opens it before Christmas and wanders through. While looking for him, the others learn that the trees of the planet are about to melt down with acid rain for energy. On this planet, there is wood aliens. The trees are being melted by companies for energy. There is a wood alien in a castle, and they're trying to take the little boy as their leader. They take this little boy, they're trying to make him the overseer. It involves a crown, a chair, and some wood. And here's the thing, there's only one thing from this episode I truly remember, and it's the Doctor trying to get into a hammock, and he flies over it. So just for logic of me not remembering this episode in the slightest, and I can't say anything about it, I do, out of necessity, have to place it in Absorbalor.
Fuck off.
It's just because I remember nothing of this episode. Okay. If you made me watch this episode right now and then talk about it, I'd still forget everything about it. I know it has like that guy from Pointless. Yeah, it has Alexander Armstrong. It has that guy from Pointless. So it's going into Absorbalor.
Okay, you're banned from talking for the rest of this episode. Right. Now you're going to get the real opinion of this episode. The Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe is a perfect special. I love this special. It is the emotions you feel going through this is fucking perfect. It's World War. Alexander Armstrong, he's died. His plane's gonna crash. His kids are sad, but the mum's not telling them. The doctor is this nanny. He's making everyone feel so happy. Yay! And it's a happy-go-lucky episode. And then the tree monsters. It's a whole different universe. The tree monsters are fucking awesome. And need I say, Bill Bailey's in it. So like, come on. Mwah.
Oh yeah, Bill Bailey's in
Bill Bailey's in it. Yeah, but you shut up. You're banned from this episode. And then at the end, Alexander Armstrong comes back alive because he followed his wife's light. It's a bit stupid, flawed, but I don't care. Fuck you. Makes me feel happy. I love this episode. My opinions have changed of it over time, and I am putting it in goated special. You can fuck off. I love this episode. Claire Skinner is acting in it as well as the mum. She's perfect. Yeah, I love it.
It sounds like you love this episode.
It's so good. It's so good.
But I don't get to talk about it, so
No, you're banned.
I am banned from talking about the widow, the wardrobe, and the doctor.
And now this is moving on to the snowman. We are introduced with a new companion. It's Clara. Woohoo! I quite like this episode. I haven't seen it too many times, so I can't remember fully what goes off my head. So I'm just gonna read a little storyline to it. The Doctor has lost Amy and Rory. Shit. He's got no interest whatsoever in the world. Even after he learns that Snow is sentient and turns into vicious snowman. He doesn't care. He's lost all hope. A local barmaid, Clara, is intrigued by the Doctor, and he is soon intrigued by her. Wink, wink. When it turns out she also works as a governess, caring for Captain Latimer's 2 children, together they fight Dr. Simeon from GTA 5, who has known the evil snowman since he was a child. The Doctor is shocked when he realises that he's met Clara before, and will no doubt meet her again. I don't remember where we've seen her before, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I like this episode. It's just a kind of interesting storyline. I like the costume design, the location design. I like it. I'm gonna put it in fantastic. It's not great. It's not top tier, but it kind of does the job for me. What about you, Mr. Owens?
Well, here's the thing on this episode. This is like where we start seeing the multiverse of Claras. We start seeing that Clara is a constant in the Doctor's life. But like, if you want my ranking of the episode, goes into fantastic.
Okay.
Snowman, top tier episode, good storytelling. Stephen Moffat back on track.
Okay.
Wait, what's the next special after this?
It is the Day of the Doctor.
Oh, it's 2030. So you see, we're reintroduced all the Doctors in the previous, except Christopher Eccleston, as he didn't want to show up.
Dick.
With 10th Doctor, War Doctor, 11th Doctor, all collide. They realise we need to fix the Time War. Then they go back to the Time War, whip out some Sonics, throw some Daleks, and boom, the Time War just never happened, ? We're never really explained. Like, the War Doctor stopped being the War Doctor. 10th Doctor was there. I think they just brought back the 10th Doctor because of the low viewers, by the way. This is my personal opinion. I think they just brought him back due to the low viewership. They served the Time War. Then there's also the Zygon plotline where the Zygons are now in the future because they were statues. Zygons have came back. They're going to blow up London or something. They're doing something with London in a bomb. They're going to blow up London or something to make the Earth the new Zygon planet. Doctor gives them a speech, as the Doctor does. Zygons are no longer going to blow up England because he makes the Doctor forget who's who. Then we really never see the Zygons after that again until like a random Peter Capaldi episode. Zygons are there now. There's also the plotline of Elizabeth of England. Like, I don't know where that plotline was able to... I don't think that plotline ever gets resolved, except the 10th Doctor marries like Queen Elizabeth II and becomes king or something. Or was it Queen Elizabeth I? Doctor marries her. So that's about it. Then we have the Doctor makes his joke of, I don't want to go. The War Doctor, he has his plotline that I genuinely don't remember anything about. But I rank this episode in Alon-Z. It's a good episode. Could have been better. It's the 50th anniversary at the end of the day. They should have had more things.
I've not got much more to add, really. David Tennant said it, so you can't really f it up. So, yeah. Alon-Z as well for me. Not much else. Just does the job, really. But it has Tennant, so it gets that extra little jump, shall we say. Just like that, we've already reached the end of Matt Smith's ones. I feel like we spent a lot of time on Mr. Tennant's. But he did have more, to be fair. But it's the time of the Doctor. The quick synopsis. Orbiting a quiet backwater planet, the massed forces of the universe's deadliest species gather. drawn to a mysterious message that echoes out to the stars. Among them, the 11th Doctor, rescuing Clara from a Christmas dinner. The Time Lord and his companion must learn what this enigmatic signal means for his own fate and that of the universe. The Regeneration episode, no more Matt Smith, we are now Peter Capaldi. We're back to the Scots, we are fucking ruling this fucking TV show. Come on!
Wonder boys!
Pretty dramatic episode, really. It's a banger. I'll put that straight out there. It's a fucking banger. I feel like a lot of people don't actually really like this episode. The downfall of Doctor Who was really starting at this point, unfortunately, because I do like Matt Smith as a Doctor, but it really dropped off towards the end. I've not got much to say about this one, really. I've seen. So I'm just gonna rank it. I like it more than Daily Doctor. I'll put it in Allons-y. So it's the same levels as Daily Doctor, but I like it more than Daily Doctor, but same rank. Allons-y. Your thoughts, Mr. Owens?
My thoughts on this episode, they go to one place and one place only. One scene in particular. It's not the regeneration. It's not anything to do with it's actually near the start of the episode. TARDIS lands in like whatever year we're meant to be set in. TARDIS lands. Clara runs into the TARDIS. Doctor's butt-ass naked. Doctor is fully naked.
Yeah.
For what reason? He has to go to church. Like, yeah, everyone, when they think about this episode, think about regeneration. I think about that scene. That one scene. Doctor has to be naked to go to church. And then, logically, everyone in that church is then naked because they all have a clothes preceptor on that no one can see, but everyone can see. Makes no sense. This episode, great episode if you ask me. Not as good as David's regeneration. Better than Christopher's regeneration. I'm putting this in Allons-y also because I do love the episode. I love the emotional send-off where the Doctor's an old man on Friends-a-Lore. He's just living out his days in the town of Christmas. He's just living his days out until he dies.
Capaldi's first special. Go for it, Mr. Owens.
Capaldi's first special. Last Christmas. Greatest song made by Wham. Nothing to do with the song by Wham, though. This episode involves Clara hating the Doctor due to Danny Pink, Santa Claus showing up, and the head crabs from, like, Half-Life. Head crabs put you into a dream state, so if the head crabs gets onto you, you go into a dream world. You're in the dream world too long. You think it's real. And that's what the entire episode is. They actually got put into head crabs at the start. So they think Santa Claus is real. Santa Claus isn't real, would you believe it? But Santa Claus is there. 12th Doctor's there. 12th Doctor and Santa Claus clash constantly because one's the Time Lord, one's bloody Santa Claus. So they're constantly clashing. Clara just hates the Doctor due to Danny Pink. Mate, this episode has nothing going for it. Genuinely, this episode has nothing. It's Christmas, so let's do something Christmassy. I have to rank this just in Absorbalorth because it's not good. It's simply not good.
Yeah, same for me. Last Christmas is
Do you want to give your reason why yours isn't the same as mine?
Well, I haven't seen it for a while. Let's say that.
Exactly.
But I've seen it once, and I just expected more from it. Really, I remember that. You know when you leave an episode empty because it's emotionally impacted you. I left this episode empty because I couldn't remember what's happened. Very forgettable episode. I'm gonna put it in Chib though because it's the first time. It's the first time I can't remember an episode really. It's got an 8.1 on IMDb, but it's going bottom tier for me.
How does it have an 8.1? Who the hell is rating that?
I don't know, idiots. Kieran Owens, she's back!
Mother is back.
River Song! The husbands of River Song. Banger of an episode, it must be said. I seen this one recently, and it was for the first time, because a man that I adore, and I'm actually going to go see live soon, is in it. Greg Davies! It's Christmas Day on a remote viewing colony, and the Doctor is hiding from carols and comedy antlers, but with the Time Lord's help is requested. He finds himself recruited into River Song's squad and hurled into a fast and frantic chase across the galaxy. King Hydroflax, who is Greg Davies, is furious, and his giant robot bodyguard is out of control and coming for them all. Will Nardole survive? And when will River work out who the Doctor is? Because she doesn't actually recognise the Doctor in this body, even though they're married. Shut up. All will be revealed on a Starliner full of galactic supervillains, and at a destination the Doctor has been avoiding for a very long time. I actually like this episode. Not much else. Fantastic.
So for me, Husbands of River Song. It has just came off possibly Capaldi's two greatest episodes, Heaven Sent and Hell Bent. It's just came off of that double parter. It's River Song's last episode, ? Because she goes back to the start of the time we saw her, because this is the episode where she goes back. This episode has Greg Davies. It has River Song. It has goddamn Peter Capaldi and a goddamn reindeer ant. So that's the reason it's an Absorbalorth.
Oh,
This would genuinely be in Chibnall. Greg Davies wasn't in it.
how long did the end of time take us again?
Probably an hour.
Yeah, well,
You're editing.
you get to do an absolute stinker. You get to do the return of Doctor Mysterio.
Set in America, made by Americans, for Americans. Return of Doctor Mysterio. Doctor goes to America. He's sick of London. Goes to America, meets the little boy, gives a little boy a cough syrup or something. Little boy then eats a goddamn gem. Becomes a superhero. I'm sorry, superheroes exist in the Doctor Who universe? And this isn't some alien plotline? No, this boy is now just a superhero. He can fly, he can do this, he can do that. But then this guy, he uses his great abilities to become a nanny or a babysitter for a lady. Also, it's called the Return of Doctor Mysterio. Doctor Mysterio just never appeared once. So it's not a return, it's the debut of Doctor Mysterio.
Yeah.
This is in goddamn Chibnall.
Yeah, it's Chibnall. We can just quickly
Chibnall.
skirt over this one. Fuck me. Holy yeah, superheroes exist, guys, in this Doctor Who universe now. For fuck, twice upon a time.
Oh, God.
The magical final chapter of the 12th Doctor's journey sees the Time Lord team up with his former self, the first ever Doctor, and the returning Bill Potts for one last adventure. The two Doctors find each other in Arctic snowscape, refusing to face regeneration. Enchanted glass-like entities who steal their victims from frozen time, and a World War I captain destined to die in the battlefield, but taken from the trenches to play his part in the Doctor's story. A tale about the power of hope in humanity's darkest hours, twice upon a time, marks the end of an era. But as the Doctor must face his past to decide his future, his journey is only just beginning. It's called Twice Upon a Time, cause get it? Once, twice. Oh, you're a smart man! You're a smart man, Moffat! You're a smart man! I'm gonna put in a Zorbeloff. It's not as terrible as Chibnall, but it's not great, is it?
It's not. This
Capaldi.
is wrong. So here's I would actually have this episode ranked at like fantastic. It's like you said, it is boring, but it's like good boring. I would have this ranked at fantastic, but then it's Peter's last episode. What happens at our last episode?
He gets tats, he gets tats, he gets tats, he gets tats.
So I would have this episode ranked at fantastic, but then that regeneration happens and we have a whole category called Chibnall. So due to one scene at the very end, this episode goes to Chibnall. Resolution.
Yep.
Chibnall, it's a Dalek episode, as Chibnall had a trend. With his specials, Chibnall has a trend. But also, he stayed away from Christmas. He goes to New Year's. Daleks. Yes, Daleks exist again. The Daleks are back. I'm going to skim. I'm not even going to read the synopsis of this episode. It doesn't deserve it. We have a whole category for this, man. Go on, Chibnall.
I agree, yeah. I wouldn't lie to you, ladies and gentlemen, out of here. I've not watched this episode or any of the following episodes to come. The only bit I have seen is the synopsises and descriptions of the episodes, because I think I watched The Woman Who Fell to Earth, I watched The Ghost Monument, and I stopped watching.
Go to Revolution of the Daleks, man.
Piss, we're back with the Daleks. Here we go, Revolution of the Daleks. Not the worst Dalek episode somehow. You get to review that one. There's this guy, Graham and Ryan, meet a disguised TARDIS. Graham shows her a video of the defence drone and they confront Robertson. Joe Patterson, projected to be elected the Prime Minister, requests Robertson to increase the drone production. Scientist Leo discovers organic cells in the Dalek remnants and clones the cells into a creature that escapes and takes control of Leo. Leo travels to Japan where Dalek clones are being grown. The Doctor has been in prison for a number of decades and comes across Jack Harkness. He's back! Captain Jack is back! The episode's saved. No, it's not. They rejoin with her companions, Jack and Yaz, investigate the facility while the Doctor, Graham, and Ryan confront Robertson. The Dalek reveals its plan to take over Earth. Why would they want to take over the Earth? Using UV light, the Dalek clones transport themselves into the defence drones. The Doctor sends out a signal to a death squad of Daleks who eliminate the reconnaissance Daleks. Robertson makes an alliance with the Daleks. Jack, Graham, and Ryan rig the Dalek ship with explosive. The Doctor tricks the Daleks into the other TARDIS where it's said to be transported to the Void to be destroyed. Ryan and Graham decide to stay on Earth. Oh my god, so emotional. Fuck off, it's going in Chibnall. Anything else, Kieran?
Just goddamn Chibnall, no matter what. Like, we'll do a speed round here. We'll do a speed round. I'll go through them all real quick,
yes,
because
please.
I remember this pain.
Okay.
So we have Eve of the Daleks. It was a time loop episode. It was a time loop episode for context. So they were stuck in a constant time loop of one Dalek killing them and over and over and over again. It was a time loop of goddamn pain and torture. It was a bad episode, flat out. For some odd reason, see if you go through the reviews of this episode, people are saying it's one of Chibnall's best. Those people were on drugs. So, Eve of the Daleks, I'm putting it in Chibnall, you're putting it in Chibnall. you can add nothing. You've never seen these.
Nope.
Legend of the Sea Devils. The Sea Devils, they're coming back. They've not been seen since like the fucking 70s or something. Legend Sea Devils, the first time we've seen the Sea Devils are now pirates. They're affiliated with this actual real female pirate from back in the day also. How do you have a pirate episode with the Sea Devils and make it bad? Don't know. His name's Chibnall. Ask him. Also going in Chibnall, let me have Power of the Doctor. It's her swan song. 100th anniversary of the BBC. It's Power of the Doctor. It's her last episode. They're going to fix everything. Promise. If you asked me anything that happened in this episode, beside Ace returning, that other woman returning, and goddamn the 13th Doctor's regeneration, I would lose the pub quiz. I remember nothing from this episode. It involves Dalek, Cyberman, the Master, and the Doctor. And previous Doctors, like the 5th, 6th, and like 7th Doctor show up as ghost aspirations and stuff. So it was like Paul McGann at one point. But that guy, how did they write this? And then, okay, this is just my complaint with all Chibnall specials in general. How did Chibnall write this, or someone write this for Chibnall? He then gave that to the BBC, and the BBC went, yeah, this is on level with anything we've been given prior. Jodie Whittaker regenerates into the 10th Doctor, and then you think, 10th Doctor's in this. Going to be above Chibnall, right? No, it's Chibnall. No, 10th Doctor, regeneration, we get the return of the greatest Doctor ever. Now, my guy, you get to talk about possibly the greatest episode Doctor Who have ever released.
Right, the Star Beast, he's back. David Tennant's back. There's no way this episode's going to get fucked up. The Star Beast, right. You've got this little fucking white bastard. Oh no, I think he's a good person. He's a good person. Oh, wait, and then there's these bug things that are going to come. They're the bad person. Oh, they're shooting lasers at the Doctor. They must be bad. Oh wait, no, the little white bastard actually the bad guy. Off he goes. Then his spaceship starts like cracking things in the earth. I don't like the new characters. Oh wait, no, you know what? I forgot about the one thing that I really need to talk shit about. Right.
You forgot about the major plot.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when you are told your head's gonna explode because you can't remember something, you must think, there's no way I can get rid of that. There's no way around it. There is. Have you just not tried letting it go? Well, if you're a man, you probably haven't, because as we know, men can't let stuff go. But women, they can just go, woo, and let stuff go. And that's what Donna Noble does with all her Time Lord energy. She let it go because she's a woman. You know, the reason that whole season was so depressing was because she couldn't remember the Doctor. All she had to do was let it go. What a stupid fucking plot point, and what a way to ruin an entire fucking season of Doctor Who. David Tennant was my favourite Doctor up until this episode. This episode completely fucking rips apart the whole season 4, whole of Donna Noble's storyline, the whole arc, everything's fucking ripped apart. So fucking stupid. It's so bad. I know you've got opinions on it as well, Kieran, but it's so bad. Chibnall, Russell T Davies, you've managed to get an episode in Chibnall. Well fucking done, you episode. On you go.
But I'm gonna say the things you couldn't talk about. They throw gender down your throat so much in this episode.
Yep.
Because before we get to the major scene at hand, there is one scene in it where the Doctor is talking to, I think the alien name was called Beep the Meep, or Meep the Beep. I think it's Beep the Meep. And then says to Beep the Meep, I think he accidentally calls her because of the female voice. Rose says something about gender because they are a transgender actor playing a transgender character. They say something about gender. Beep the Meep then says it identifies as Beep the Meep, it has no gender. Then it gives the Doctor an existential crisis about its gender. That is just gender, like, the LGBTQ+. It did not need it. The episode already had its representation of a trans actor playing a trans character. It did not need that scene. There is another scene in question, like, as you said, the Let It Go scene. So, when Donna Noble had Rose, some of that energy, that Time Lord energy, went into Rose. So that's how Donna was easier to let it go. But there was a line said during it saying, Doctor, if you were just a woman, you would understand. You just need to let it go. The Doctor was a woman for 6 years prior. It goes into Chibnall, as you said. But it's like the first one in Chibnall. It's like if it could have been an Absorbaloth if it didn't have gender. being shoved down your throat. There was no promotion prior to Wild Blue Yonder. It was meant to be like a secret episode. When you see it, you see it. But throughout the episode, or not at the start of the episode, they're going down this hall, this long tunnel hallway. There's scenes of like things looking at them, but we don't know what they are. We can't see them. Then they get to the end of the hallway to a control room because they're going to start back up this engine to fly away. But at the edge of the universe, end of time, at the edge of the universe, they can't control anything. Then they split up to go into two separate rooms to fix it. They're shouting to each other in the corridors. Then, 10th Doctor's working. Donna walks in. You think, okay, but then it cuts to Donna. The Doctor walks in, and you're like, okay, what's going on here? Then they have conversations. They're acting, they're talking about us, but you can tell something's a little bit off. Then you get possibly, genuinely, I think the greatest line that Russell T Davies has ever wrote. My arms are too long. To their arms being too long, and they're just on the floor. Then we have this just great thriller episode of like, who's the real character? Who's the real one? Then it ends in this impactful scene. They've just found out the person who flew the ship prior had killed themselves due to this alien. Because if the alien can fully figure you out, it truly becomes you. So you would never be able to differentiate between the real person and the alien. The only way to stop it is by killing them. So then the Doctor rigs the ship to blow up. He then gets in the TARDIS, flies by. He doesn't know which Donna's real. He says a line, he grabs it. He says like something about like Donna's past. He then grabs what we think and he thinks is the real Donna into the TARDIS, flies away. It wasn't the real Donna. I'm sat at the edge of my seat. I'm thinking, are they going to kill Donna? Are they really going to kill Donna? Doctor realizes after like the fake Donna's arms, like forearm was like 3 inches longer or something.
Yeah.
Chucks it out, grabs the real Donna, fly home, and then we get the return of the goat.
Rest in peace, man.
Oh, rest in peace. What could have been? They fly back to Earth. They land where they just took off. Open the doors. Wilfred Mott is sat there. It's genuinely the greatest thing, but then it's short-lived because Wilfred Mott sat there, but then London goes into disarray. London's attacking each other. You're probably asking yourself, where do you rank Wild Blue Yonder after you've just ranked Starbeast at the very bottom?
Yes.
I rank Wild Blue Yonder and Fantastic.
Right.
It's a great episode, great villain, but like they mentioned the Timeless Child is canon still. But they brought up the Timeless Child, so it loses some points. Now, Ethan Mitchell,
Yes.
where do you rank Wild Blue Yonder?
I really like Wild Blue Yonder. It just feels like a classic Doctor Who episode. He's figuring out as he goes. It's a mystery. You try to figure it out as you go. And the reveal of her arm that's being too long, it was perfect. It was so beautifully done. And I'm actually going to put it in Alonzi where I think it deserves to be. I think they've done it a little bit harsh, but that's because it was Timeless Child. Whereas I don't care too much about that. The giggle! The man himself, Neil Patrick Harris, takes the show in this episode, let's be honest. The first ever broadcast, you know, the giggle of a puppet. It's been playing in everyone's minds, and now everyone's going fucking mental. Planes are crashing, everything bad is happening. Neil Patrick Harris is a space girl. Incredible scene, incredible. You've got, was it Stooky Bill's wife.
Yes.
Stooky
Bill.
Oh, perfect. I love that scene so much. And obviously we get the scene where he's talking about all the Doctor's companions. Fun. It's so quotable. It's so fucking quotable. I love it. And then they decide to play a game. So they play a game. This time the Toymaker wins. But it's only 1-0. So the Doctor and the Toymaker. This Toymaker is an all-powerful being. He's destroyed gods. He's destroyed things unimaginable in size. How does the Doctor overcome him? By a game of catch. More on that later. We have our regeneration scene. Tennant's going again. Surely this time he'll say, I'm ready to go. Oh wait, a black guy's crawling out of him. What the fuck's going on here? It's bi-generation. Where? What the fuck? Who knows? I know. It's because if Ncuti fails, we've got David still. They play a game of catch. The Toymaker loses. This can morph into anything and he loses a game of catch, and that's how they die. So Tennant gets his own TARDIS, he gets to live with Catherine Tate for the rest of his life, and that's where the episode ends. The Tennant stays alive, there's now 2 Doctors, and Ncuti goes off to distant lands. The giggle is not as good as Wild Blue Yonder, but it is fantastic, and I think it is just because of Neil Patrick Harris. If he wasn't in it, possibly Absorbaloff. If they'd cast someone different for that role, possibly Absorbaloff. I think Neil Patrick Harris was made for that fucking. He was so good in it.
I have so this is a really good episode, but I have one issue with this episode.
Yep.
This episode is the reason I no longer have a TikTok account.
Oh, yeah.
This is this damn episode. So this goes into Alonzi.
Okay.
Better than Wild Blue Yondran style Starbeast by far. Ruby Sunday was left at a church as a young baby. That's why the episode is called The Church on Ruby Road. It genuinely sounds like they put the episode through an AI and asked for an episode title. I'm not hating on the episode. When I watched this on Christmas Day of 2023, I did think it was a really good episode.
Yep.
Prior to recording this special, when I rewatched this special, I kinda didn't like it at all.
Oh.
I think the reason I liked it at Christmas, it was like, this is the first Christmas episode
Yeah.
we've had. It's a special that isn't made by goddamn Chris Chibnall. Goblins are trying to kidnap babies because they need to feed their big goblin king.
Yeah.
They need to feed the goblin king. They do a sing song. Doctor shows up before they eat like the new. Ruby is adopted, has an adopted mother. This woman fosters a lot of children. She's just fostered a new baby. Goblins have kidnapped the baby. Shruti Gatwa has a funny line when Ruby's like trying to climb up to a thing, being like, "What are you doing?" or like, "Why are you on the ladder?" It's something along those lines. But then like they go try and save the baby. They have the little sing song, but then the Doctor does something the Doctor usually doesn't do, where he then sings to the goblin people, trying to remember what happened as a fog, because the goblins then decide to go back in time to kidnap baby Ruby.
Yeah.
That then sets it into a timeline where Ruby never existed in present day. Doctor goes to present day. This foster woman doesn't foster kids. She's never heard of Ruby. She didn't like foster like 40 kids, and she's just this depressed woman who fosters kids every now and again to collect the money. Doctor's like, damn, why has that happened? Doctor then goes back in time, saved Ruby, but Doctor goes so back far in time that he sees the woman who dropped Ruby off. And that's like not the cliffhanger ending, because then like you have like Ruby going back home, Ruby joining the TARDIS crew, Ruby's like first reactions to us. You have all that, but you still have this hanging plot thread of who the hell was that woman. Obviously, it'll probably be explained throughout the first season that it drops the 11th of May.
So, where are you going to rank it then?
I rank The Church on Ruby Road in fantastic.
Okay.
It has such good points.
Yeah.
And then that's why it's such just like middle. It's just middle because it has good points, but then it has bad points.
Yeah.
And then it's upcoming soon trailer at the end makes it a little bit worse.
Yeah, I will agree. Fantastic. It doesn't excel, but it's a fun experience. It's the second. It's just a bit of a fun episode, and then all of a sudden it turns dark. I like that turn, where the whole episode's been happy, go lucky, like hey, we're singing a song, yeah, goblins, woohoo! I fucking hate my life. I just want money from the kids. I think that's a really good switch up. I don't think it doesn't happen a lot in Doctor Who, and it kind of caught me off when I was watching it, and I like that. Obviously, it opens up a lot of plot points. I'm intrigued to see where they go. Is it opening too many at one go? Who knows?
Rewatch the episode, your opinion will change.
It probably will, but hey ho. But yeah, fantastic, I think, is where we're going to rank off the latest Doctor Who special as of 2024 on the 10th of April. Right, well, there's our tier list, Kieran. What do you think of the look of that? You think we've got it right?
I think we have this perfect.
Yeah. I would disagree because you still did rank one terribly wrong.
I just don't remember anything from the Doctor, though. I don't know what. I don't.
Anyway, from me and Kieran Owens, we thank you for watching. If you made it this far, congratulations. You've listened to us talk shit for a very, very long time. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Au revoir.